what's up? I just wanted to make this video because I keep seeing a promotion for this fight going on, and Tommy Fury and Tyson Fury, and they're talking out of their ass, and I just couldn't stand here with releasing my opinion, even if nobody watches it. I just had to get it out. Like, it is crazy the amount of pressure and the amount of confidence the Furies have is insane. It is not like, it's not even logical confidence. I just finished watching a Tyson Fury interview, and he says that he thinks Tommy Fury can still beat Jake Paul. I think this is his literal quotes. Like, you can go look up the interview. With a broken left hand, 2 left feet, broken ribs, and 1 eye, like something crazy like that. He said he's that confident. And yeah, I know how how Tommy Fury, his dad John Fury, how he's talking crazy. And yo, they are underestimating Jake Paul crazy, bro. First of all, the first thing that we need to look at is the pressure that Tommy Fury has, bro. I don't give a fuck what none of them are saying about, oh, like, this is just another fight, like he's been fighting his whole life. This is not another fight. When you literally have a clause where you have to change your last name, when your father and your brother says they will disown you, when they say that you will literally not box again if you lose, there is no fucking way it's another fight. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if you've been boxing for 50 years. You can grab a prime Floyd Mayweather or a prime boxer that's been really doing this shit his whole life, and you give him those stipulations against a boxer that has a chance of beating them, and they will feel the pressure, bro. There's just no way they don't feel no pressure, bro. It's your last name, your public image, and literally every interview they say the same shit. He's just a YouTuber. They literally like other boxers or other people who have fought Jake Paul, they say the same stuff, like he's a YouTuber and da 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 da. But they don't really literally sound as confident as these people. Like, they don't say, oh, I could beat him in my sleep. Oh, I'm robbing the bank. Like, they are underestimating Jake Paul crazy, bro. This is not just another fight for Tommy. He has pressure on him. Believe me, he has pressure on him. You could see it in his face. He has, and he's feeling the pressure right now, and he will feel the pressure. Now, other than that, I just want to say something. Tommy fought, his last fight was against Jake Paul's sparring partner, right? Let's look at things logically. According to John Fury, Tommy didn't look good on purpose so he can get this fight, right? But if you are watching that fight like a normal human, right, you can see Tommy trying to knock this dude out. He was trying, and the stiffness and the movement that he has, that is not something that you can just fake. Go out there and fake like you can't move. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand. Like, there's just no way he went out there and performed like that on purpose. Like, I'm not believing that. So when you really put it into perspective, bro, if it took him, bro, if he couldn't even knock out somebody way smaller and smaller in height and weight than him, and it was Jake Paul's sparring partner, like, think about it. Jake Paul offered this man up to Tommy because he knew Tommy would beat him, so that it can boost Tommy up for their fight. Knockout or no knockout, whatever happened in that fight, Jake was gonna fight Tommy. He wanted Tommy to look better. He knew he could beat him, and he couldn't knock him out. And these dudes were sparring each other. They're sparring partners. Jake knew this man was garbage. Jake probably knocked this man out in sparring, and he couldn't knock that dude out. Come on, Tommy. Now, also, I want to say something real quick. I am not, like, please, I want y'all to, I don't know if y'all gonna get up to this point in the video. I am not a Jake Paul fan. I am a boxing fanatic, bro. I am not a Jake Paul fan at all. Literally, I am not a fan of him in the slightest. If he was fighting somebody else who I liked and thought that would beat him, I would be rooting for the other person. But it's the fact that these people are talking so much bullshit, and the fight is way closer than they think. Like, people say Jake Paul hasn't fought a real boxer, and that's true, you know. But when you really look at it, all of the boxers, every professional boxer, and every boxer who boxes for a long time has an amateur career. You have an amateur career, you have a professional career, and then before your amateur career, that's when you start off slow. Now, this man Jake Paul started off as a YouTuber. He hasn't been boxing since he was little. Remember, I am not a fan of him, but anybody with a logical brain can see that the people that he fought early on in his career are way, 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 way better than any professional boxer would fight in their amateur career. Listen closely. There's a difference between an amateur career and a professional career, right? Most of these boxers, when they fight at an amateur level, most of them are fighting bums or people at their level. Okay, what does that mean? If I started boxing yesterday and I fight somebody else who was boxing yesterday, we are evenly matched, right? So you cannot knock me for beating somebody if we're evenly matched. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, people can't say, okay, Jake Paul hasn't beat a boxer yet. Okay, well, is Jake Paul even truly a boxer himself? When has Jake Paul become a true boxer himself? He's only had a couple fights. If you grab a random dude from the street and make him fight 5 times, right? Is he a boxer already? Literally, that's what Jake Paul was. Never boxed the whole day in his life. Grab a bum on the street, that's 20 or whatever the fuck age Jake Paul was, throw him 5 fights, and see how he's gonna do against amateurs. Train him and give him 5 fights, and see how he's gonna do. Like, remember, I'm not a fan, but people gotta stop acting like this man is just pure dog shit. I don't know, man. Like I said, I don't really care who wins. I would love to see Tommy lose just for all the pressure and the trash that they were talking. But I don't give a fuck who wins. This is just purely my opinion because I just sit back and watching these interviews and it's like, how can y'all just talk like this? You know? But it would be hilarious if Tommy loses. One other thing I'd say, my prediction for this fight, I think Jake wins this fight. And here's the reason. Here's another reason, right? People say that Tommy Fury has been boxing his whole life. But do you really think that that's true? Being around boxers doesn't mean that he's been boxing his whole life. He hasn't been trained to be a boxer his whole life because he would have never been on Love Island. He would have never been doing anything else if he wanted to be a boxer. I feel like this is a last minute thing. Not a last minute, but this is a more recent thing. And that's why he only has a couple fights. I don't think he's brought up his whole life to be a boxer because he would have been a boxer before this. He would have had way more fights before this. So when you really look at it like that, Jake Paul for the last 4 years, 3 to 4 years, has been training nonstop. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, everyone has their own opinion, but in my opinion, this is not as lopsided as people think. Jake definitely has a chance to win this fight. Yeah, I'm out of here. That's all I want to say.